stress and build a strength in that ability to practice stress reduction, mindfulness, and increases your ability to cope with stress that does arrive in your life at times. So I'm going to try my roll in a vertical way. You can just stay settled if you're already settled, or come to your back in a way that allows you to open your breath space. Let your spine rest. Arms up along the sides of your body so your elbows are out by the sides of your ribs or your shoulders, and your hands just rest on the floor. Make sure your head feels supported and comfortable. Close your eyes, and we'll start breathing about 10 times, very slowly and deeply. There's one. Begin to use your nose for breath if you haven't already moved into that. Especially the inhales, but here you want to exhale through your mouth, just fine. It can be a nice way of shedding the day, any tension. When the exhales come out with some sound through the mouth, if you like. And just receive that message that it's your practice, and please follow me in a compassionate way to yourself that takes care of you today at this moment, follows your energy, and attends to anything that's going on any level. Move your breath into your belly for the last few rounds of breath to just massage and encourage the lymphatic system to be healthy and move around. So gently moving the belly as you breathe. Let that exaggerate a little bit. Think of massaging, encouraging energy flow. And then when you breathe out, let the low belly come in towards the spine. Let it find some stillness. Breathe again using your rib cage instead. Draw it into the rib cage. All the way around the rib cage. Exhale, breath contracts to the center. One more time. Keep the low belly still. Inhale, breathe deeply. Rib cage expands. Up to the collarbones. And feel that downward and inward quality as you breathe out. And then just letting go. First the arms. Come to the belly with your hands. Just rest them there. Encouraging that stillness, that anchor of the low belly gently towards the spine. And that's going to protect us as we transition. So coming to one side is an option. Coming up to elbows. Just remember to protect your body as you come up. Move your feet in a little closer. Maybe catch under your seat with your hands to your elbows, and then one hand at a time. Coming up, gently transition to easy pose. And I'm just going to sit right up on my rolled up blanket, or you can have it be an option to sit on your blanket and just have a moment. Folding your legs in an easy way. And bring your fingertips to the center of your forehead. Transition to seated. Feel the coolness of your hands, the warmth of your head. And then a practice called crown pulling. We just use our fingers and gently touch the center line-ish with the fingers A little gentle circular friction, and then pull but don't let go. So we're just trying to create some space in our cranial bones. One time each place, and I like to kind of sweep my hands away and then move to the next spot. So you can transition, but press in gently and then pull away, let the fingers slide out away from each other a bit, and then release. Continue sitting tall with a little sitting tall, gentle energy. Press, pull, release. Continuing over the surface of your head and pressing and pulling as much as that feels good in your body. And we'll just go all the way down to that cranial, the occipital ridge at the base of the skull. This doesn't have to be precise, just one last time at the top of your neck. And then come behind your ears from below and find that ridge, the occipital ridge, and bow your chin towards your chest. Work a little circular friction back there. Anything that feels nice. Draw the chin down, stretch out the neck. Close your eyes. This is where we process vision in our brain, is way back there. Let your eyes rest, hold steady. And then work your way around your ears. Maybe find a little tension there on those bony points. And then release your hands back to your forehead and just sweep your head back a few times. Release, sweep across and back. Use your thumbs as well, one more time. And then let's come to hands together. Just be with that energy. Settle your energy and forward fold a little bit. You can bring your knees to your legs, see how that is. If it's not too much, to bring your knees to the floor or your elbows to the floor. Let your brain and your heart connect here. Just the right amount of sensation in your body. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. Inhale, open your hands like you're reaching into the roots of the earth and just sweep up your center line out into the sky, joyful. Lift your heart and your breath. Exhale down into your heart center. Inhale deeply. Deeply exhaling, letting go. And then leaning back, releasing your legs, taking the right leg out straight. Refold in the left one into Janushirasana, mixing things up a little bit today. So activate your extended leg and forward fold out over your straight leg. Just let your kidney area lengthen. Lightly draw back on your low belly and your toes. Especially gentle since we're just warming up, but it's late in the day. Body's had a chance to release some of its tightness. Gently release tension with one more breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, sit tall and come to easy twist, facing over towards the left side. Reaching across, looking back. Feel your spine. Breathe along your spine. Include your neck and your head in that releasing with breath. One more time. And exhale to center. Changing the legs. Fold in, stretch out the other one, activate the foot. Taking that moment to transition. Draw your low belly back, fold forward slowly. Meet yourself where you are. Fold in, release your head down. Just come to that place in your body where we've got some nice sensation, maybe something interesting, but never painful. As you hold, you might relax a bit more, find a little more space. So let yourself grow in each pose. Fourth breath, just one more, making the most of it. And breathing in, come up with a tall spine and right over to your twist. Reach across, looking back. Exhale. Now breathe 5 times. Quality of inhale, quality of exhale. Inhales are nice for growing. So you can back out of the pose a little bit, give yourself space to grow. And then exhale, soften into the growth. So there's a really subtle sense of growing with each breath. Last time. Exhale, release back to center. We'll make our way to standing, coming through a squat, or just standing up and folding forward if that's too much. So I'm going to move blanket out of the way for now and bring my knees together and my toes tuck under. I'm going to use my hands for support as I lift onto the balls of my feet. So just carefully experiment with that. If it's too much, go ahead and straighten up. Stay if it's all right. Observe. Try to release tension without straining. Breathe out once more. And then straightening the legs. Use the support of your hands to lean forward again. Press and straighten and fold forward, taking a few breaths with the legs together if possible. No worries if they're a bit separate. Belly up, spine along. One more breath out. Now standing takes a nice inhale energy and a determination from your legs. Reach to the sky, stretch your breath. Breathe out, flow down your arms by your sides. Let them land into the sides of your body. Spread your feet, navel towards the spine. Top third of your mat. Sun still up. Inhale, upward reach. These movements are slow. There's plenty of time. They challenge you a little bit. Forward fold. Let's step the feet to hip distance as you go down and feel that allow a little more space to fold in. Third position, cow spine, half lifting. Inhale. So there's a little sense of forward here, and then we go back. Take down your hands, go back to plank pose. Knees might come down. Try to be flat if you're up on your toes. For 5, press the earth. Feel your legs firm, your hands press. Belly drawing up into the body. Empowered, just one more breath. And then transfer to downward dog. Long spine, heart melting. The hands spread and support the pose, but the weight is really pressed right in the heel of the hand. 2 more deep waves of breath. Exhale one more time. Bring down your knees, untuck your toes. Cow spine, so just bring yourself into heart forward from your tabletop. So keep breathing, hold steady. The low back is pretty flat. Gaze at your nose. And one more breath. Let your head tuck towards your chest and your tail drop down between your legs. Round into your back and hold that same time. 5 breaths. Some of the weight will pull out of the hands in the cat spine. Just be really aware of that sense of flexion, which is the rounding of our spines forward. One more breath, flexed spine. And now release to neutral and try flex plank. So if you want to stay with knees down, just walk your knees back a bit and then round your spine, round your upper back. If you want to pop up to your toes and try that, it just changes the work of the plank pose. Last set of plank. I think I may have a side plank coming up, but last regular plank with a flex spine. Exhale, relax into downward facing dog. Slowly breathe out. Inhale, step or hop forward and half lift. Don't change your hands unless you need to. Forward fold, exhale. A little bend in your knees, stand up, use your legs. Reach your arms, stretch the breath in. Release gripping in your feet. And slowly float your arms down and into your sides. Breathing out, a little Qigong style release. On that note, just moving with our breath, bend your elbows, breathe in, float up your arms, like your whole body's breathing. Breathe out, float down your arms. Twice more, feet grounded, floating breath. And arms back into your sides. Pause and feel that. Feel the power of 3 mindful breaths. And our yoga poses leading up to this point, feeling a little empowered. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, forward folding again. Halfway lift is an inhale. It's a long, slow breath, so take your time. Find just the right amount of that extension. Bend your knees to go back. Maybe the other leg can go first. Hips low. And here we are, opening out plank. Last one, for real. Right arm opens out to the side. If you need your knees down, just take them down. This helps bring a heat into our practice, which we need to help release. One more breath, energy. Release, other side. 5, 4. Use your whole body. Almost done. 2. And the last breath. And release, downward facing dog. Rest in the downward dog. Reset your hands so they get a little bit of a pause. Head down. Slow breaths. Open hands, open armpits. Let's do one last breath with a lion's breath. Reopen your mouth, breathe out sound. So breathe deeply in. Exhale, lion. Add a little head shake. And then release down your knees and untuck your toes. Pull back for a moment, arms overhead, head down. Breathe your kidney area. Last one. We'll come back to child's pose. Elbows down, slide your arms forward, walk your knees back, and carefully come to your belly for Sphinx pose. So we need room for our whole spine. Start with your arms pretty far ahead so you can rock side to side, ground your pelvis, ground your front body. Let your legs separate a little bit here so they're just comfortably out of the hips. Press the tops of your feet. So in this pose, and in upward dog, we want the inner thighs to roll up towards the sky. So try a little of that just before we come into the upper body. And also pause and think about tucking your tailbone down underneath you. So that's some subtle stuff. And then carefully bring your elbows in to your own degree. So when they're further away, it's gentler back bending. So you can bring them up under your shoulders if that works. Rounded pelvis, rib cage lift, little tail tuck, inner thighs roll up. Now 5 breaths. Steady, nose gaze or eyes closed. Lengthening the psoas line in the front body. One more breath. And gently energizing by stimulating the adrenals above the kidneys. Come on down. Relax your legs. 5 breaths in half frog to the right side. So that means the knee stays on the floor and it slides up alongside us to any degree. You can come on over or just stay centered. Rest your head. 5 breaths. Relax. Let go of everything. Close your eyes. Feel the compression in your front body, more of that lymphatic massage we're gently giving ourselves as we practice. Breathe out one more time. And then least disruption as possible. So come out slowly. Change the stack of your arms. Move the other knee up alongside. Angle over if it feels nice. And turn your head the other way and rest. So if your head needs to be on the floor, that's fine. Do whatever is comfortable for you. Let go of everything. Just breath. No muscular effort. One more breath. Exhale, relax. And begin to release. Go slowly with the releasing, especially with your leg, and then come back to center. Work your elbows in so you can come to Dolphin Pose, up to the knees. Walk in your knees, tuck your toes, press your arms, and lift up to nice upward flying low belly. Last breath, press your forearm bones, and bring your knees down carefully. Come up to your hands. If you need cushioning under your knees, you can place it there. But we're going to do standing things next. So a little scapula isolation. So our scapula is our shoulder blades. So you come up to your knees for a moment and just squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let your arms follow, and then spread them wide apart. So squeeze in and spread wide. Try that on your hands and knees. It's a little more subtle. Tabletop. So the spinal move, but it's really isolating that upper back, the shoulder blades. So try to see if you can round into cat a little bit to broaden shoulder blades away from each other. And then squeeze them together for a little cow with the squeeze in the upper back. Twice more slowly go each way. Try to just isolate your shoulder blades. It's okay if you include more of your spine. Focus on that. These strengthen and help attach the shoulder blades to the back. Once more. Broad shoulder blades. Pinky side of the hand feeling a little heavy. And then squeeze together, but keep your tummy toned. Squeeze. And Then we're going to come to downward dog. Just even things out. Even it out. Last one. What can you relax? Let's come down to knees. Make it puppy pose. Tuck under your toes still. Head down. Arms over to the right side for a couple breaths. Just to your own degree that feels good. One more breath. Inhale to center, lift up your feet off the floor, release that toe tuck. Tuck under again or not for the second side. So you have control over the degree of sensation. Relax what you can once you're in. Breathe out again. Center. Down dog, one breath. And coming all the way around back to the standing forward fold, catching the inside of the big toes with your first two fingers. Thumbs on the outside. Knees bend as needed. And draw your elbows towards your legs on either outside edge of the legs. Do we pull ourselves forward? Let your head release downward. Belly upward. You can spread your upper back broad, your collarbones broad. Take one more breath. Gently feel where your edge is. Respect it entirely. Release your hands to your waist. Press your feet and stand. Inhale, float up your arms. And exhale, heart center. Focusing today on the heart opening quality as we come between poses. So when we step to triangle out to the right side, spread your arms wide with your palms down. So it's called the Vesuvius position, like Da Vinci. Toes forward, reach your arms, breathe in. So we get a little stretch in the chest. Breathe out, turn out your foot, come to triangle pose. Over and down, slowly in, long neck, eyes towards the sky for 5. You can keep things lighter, you can work deeply, all good. Just anchor in your belly center. Hello, old friend, triangle pose. Breathe out. It's okay to be challenged by old friends like triangle pose. Come up, Vesuvius position. Reach your arms, little stretch in your chest. Over to the other side. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Just the right amount on this side. Can you release your feet, your face? Find steadiness in your breath. One more time. Anchor into the low belly as you breathe out. Inhale, come up, turn the feet wide parallel, stretch the arms. Exhale to the right for warrior B, adding your knee bend over your ankle. You can take your other leg back if you want some more space. And turn your head, look off your front fingertips for 5. So we get to hold that chest opening reach for the duration of this one. See if you can let your pelvis drop down towards the earth, right down the middle. Exhale for 5. Breathe in, straighten, parallel, reach your arms. And breathe out, warrior B, second side, Virabhadrasana B, refine. Turn your head and hold steady. Holding out the arms and holding them overhead does get easier with practice. Something as simple looking as this is really a nice upper body strength. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, turn, reach. And now we get to rest the arms in leaning and reaching pose to the right. Lean and reach, Parsa, Konasana. Curl your pinky side down. Turn your rib cage towards the sky. Hold steady. And breathe once more to release tension in your body. Complete your exhale. Inhale, transition to the wide arm reach and over to the other side, second side. Last one of this series. Pinky side curls down, chest turns towards the sky. Remember to lightly gather your fingers so our circuits are closed. Letting your breath be the dominant part of that tapestry of sounds. Your senses are close. They are inwardly rotated. If you see something, just try not to attach to it. Just see it for what it is. Trees, tree, tree. What is a tree? Inhale, come on up, stretch your arms, turn your feet parallel once more. And exhale, reach, relax down your arms. Check with your wide parallel feet, make sure you feel a good distance for folding forward. Starting with the interlace, reach your arms back, thumbs down, reach. Exhale, weave your hands together. Just observe what your genetics program, the way you clasp your hands is part of that. Draw your hands down gently towards the floor and tuck your chin towards your chest. Feel your breath rise and fall. Try to release the gripping in your feet. Just trust the spreading. Exhale. Lift your chin, breathe in, and then right ear over towards the shoulder. So you can customize this by moving your hands around if you like, or just continue to draw it down as you turn your head. Let your head go to the side. Lateral flexion of the cervical spine. Breathe out. Inhale, come up gently, and last side over to the left ear towards the shoulder, just the right amount. Release tension on the other side. It can be pretty intense. Just stay really responsive to where intense might become too much, and just keep it in a friendly way. Observe. Be compassionate with your body. Then send it your loving kindness. And then coming out, maybe a little yes and no to release tension. And heading into forward fold. So you can just keep your arms at your back if that feels the best. Let them come away if you like to practice that. We do a squeeze of the scapula towards each other, and then the shoulders relax. Just let gravity gently draw the arms towards the floor. No force, no strain. One more slow breath. Just the right amount. Inhale energy, let your hands be heavy. Let them help pull you up. And then relax them. Take a moment to step out of the wide leg poses. Leg gratitude and love. Back to the top of your mat. And let's just do inhale, press up to the sky. Exhale to forward fold. Last time, draw yourself in. Half lift, breathe in. Lift the corners of your mouth lightly to that resting half smile. Knees bend, legs back, just the right leg. And bring your knee to the floor. Here's your chance if you want your cushion for a couple of poses down on the knees. Just take a moment for that. We'll Come to low lunge and then Anjaneyasana pose, guiding the knee forward. There's a little tail tuck energy. If you want to hold your sacrum, it's a nice heart opening variation. Or hands on the knees. Downward gaze off your nose. That front foot is really intelligent here. Grounding it. One more breath. Exhale, feel complete. Inhale, energy helps you come out and straightening out the leg for Hanuman's pose, the son of Anjani. Low belly draws back, toes draw back, and we head into forward folding carefully. And your back foot supports you. You might move it towards the center line for more balance. Just press. Lower fold, adding a lateral reach across to the outer foot or the other side. So we got a little lateral and twisting. Hold steady. Just the breath. Third one. Last time. Exhaling. Release to center, bend your knee and take your leg back. Changing sides. Anjani and then Hanuman. Kneeling lunge, knee towards the toes. Hands to sacrum, heart lift. Eyes downward to help ground the shape. Training ourselves to look down when we do back bending poses. Last time. Then press your foot to come up, release your arms. Draw back your toes and your low belly. Fold forward slowly and walk your way out. Come to a place where you feel some sweet releasing in the back body, or wherever you feel it. Like we are lengthening back body here. And then adding that mindful reach to the outside foot or leg or floor. You create the twist with the side bend. Seven, 8. Come back to center. Carefully bring back your knee and rise up to kneeling. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Cross your right ankle over your left so your legs are crossed. Take your right elbow under your left. So we hook the arms here. It's like we're trying to pull them apart in eagle pose, but they're stuck to each other. So there's a determination to not collapse your heart center. Lift them up. Try to pull them apart from each other, but don't let go. And gently lean up and back. So your own degree with all of it. Feel the muscles around your shoulder blades activate. Let them breathe one more time. Exhale, elbows down, come up, release arms and legs, open out to kneeling star. Other side, cross legs, left elbow scoops under. Try that so they're hooked. And it's like we're trying to bring them across, but we can't because they're stuck together. Just feel that activate in the upper back. Rest your hands into each other. And lift up, leaning up and back, lifting your heart center. Which of course means the gaze goes downward towards your nose. Twice more, explore, experiment. Last one. And release your arms down. And as promised, Child's pose, your own favorite if you want to do wide knees or together. The toes are not tucked under. Gently sink back and relax your torso down or support your head in any way that feels positive. And just rest. Ground everything in that we've done so far. You're never stuck in a pose. You can always change it if something's not quite right. Listen and do what your body says. Learning to differentiate between some muscular tension and then any joint or bone discomfort. Really respectful. Make sure your head is supported, that your neck is comfortable and relaxed. Three more times. Back body breathing. Move your lymph with your breath. Last time. Slowly come up. Make your way to your seat. If you want an up dog, down dog flow, you can add that in if it feels good in your body, or just come through and sit down. It's fine as well. And in reading about yoga to reduce stress and just reducing stress in general, one of the things is humor. So it's laughter. So occasionally I'll make everyone laugh with asking us to do something that's just kind of silly, ridiculous. So here we go. We're going to try a boat variation. So sitting on your blanket is fine. It gives you some cushioning. So just take a playful attitude and pick your feet up off the ground. Hold around your shins. Just catch your hands. Balance here. And then bring your feet back down. So we make sure that if you did roll back for any reason, that you're not going to hit a wall or anything. So just be on your mat. And we do that. We go back with our spine round. So if you roll back, you're fine. Just keep your chin tucked. But you're not going to go back, probably. You're going to catch the sides of your feet and explore balancing on your sacrum. Just have a light attitude. Explore the idea of straightening out your legs. So I practice this pretty regularly, so I know I can do this, but it's okay to stop at any point. And let's just give it a few more, maybe 5 or 8 breaths time just to play. If you want to release your feet down and come out, try again. Just be where you are. Laugh at yourself if you find this to be a little bit of a silly challenge. What is she asking us to do? And just give it a little bit. There's a little finesse move when you straighten out your knees, but they don't have to straighten all the way. Lift up your chest if you can. Come down, release your feet to the floor, and let go. Just letting a little lightheartedness, playfulness be part of your practice. If you want to practice it all the time, you can let me know. Paschimottanasana, getting ready to move into lying down. So perhaps put your socks back on or a layer. Have your resting props close by so that you can easily access them. So we'll start with seated forward fold. Legs out in front. Nothing underneath. Go underneath one hip at a time and just draw your flesh back up your sitting bones a little bit. Nothing big, just a little adjustments. You really feel your sitting bones, the bottom of your pelvis. Breathe in, sit tall, reach your arms. Breathe out, tip forward at your pelvis, and then come forward and down towards your legs. Catch your legs somewhere and relax. Drop back on your toes. If your knees bend, one supported way is to go underneath with your arms. Work in your own way here. Back body from your eyebrows to the bottoms of your toes. Breathe into that. Calming. A few more rounds, just twice more. Soften into the exhale. And one more time. Taking this pose on our backs for plow position, which is the same shape, but it doesn't work exactly the same. Just carefully come back. If you want to round your spine, tuck your chin, come back slowly. Center of the head on the floor. Nice long neck. Lift up your legs. If you can do legs straight, that's fine. To protect your low back, bend your knees first, and then lift up your feet and your legs. Use your arms to the floor. Gently lift your hips. Stop at any point. Just trying to create that forward fold on our backs. Head centered. Nice grounding at the back of the heart. It's fine if your hips need to stay on the floor. If it feels good, you can keep bringing the tops of your feet towards the floor. And now, just the freedom. If you want to bring your hips down and have your legs in the air. If you want to lift into shoulder stand a little bit. So this is a half shoulder stand where you just lift your legs back part way up. Just let your legs be upside down in some way. Ground the back center of your skull. The back of your chest, where that's your back, your upper back. And then using your arms and your core engagement, come slowly back down. Really try to move the spine one bit at a time until gravity takes over. And then bring your knees into happy baby pose, catching feet or holding behind the knees. Make sure your forehead's a little higher than your chin, just nice long neck. Exhale, 5. Release to catch your ankles and bring your feet together with your knees apart. Hold on. Let your inner legs release open. Exhale. And then bring your knees towards your chest. And coming to resting pose for a nice long stretch of stillness. What do you need to be comfortable here? So things like being cold or distracted, covering your eyes can make a big difference with just something like a scarf or part of your clothing. Some people use their hoodies to cover their eyes. Just have this first bit of time to come into that comfortable resting on your back. With practice, you can come in like you come into triangle pose. You'll come in and you'll know where you are and your body knows what to do. And that is true. Just allow for the transition though from doing to being. Covering yourself or putting cushioning underneath yourself somewhere. What makes you feel calm and quiet? Just something on top of you can be grounded. If anyone has a weighted blanket, I guess that's amazing. So So just do your refinements in this first bit as you notice. How's your low back? Do you need some more space there? It's nice to start at the top by pressing your elbows, your forearms, or your upper arms, and your skull to the earth. You'll lift your chest, and you can let your shoulder blades find space with that adjustment. And then the lower back, press your heels to lift your hips a little bit, use your arms too, and then flush down towards the heels. You can use your hands. You can do that with your feet coming in first, and then slide out. So there's a sense of letting the back and the front body be open. And let's give just a little bit of a squeeze to the whole body. Once you have aligned yourself, give activation, toes, hands, face. Squeeze it in, breathe in deeply. Not too much, just activate everything. Breathe out, hands open, feet soften, everything letting go. Keep the body still, stretch the breath in one more time. Really feel deeply all the way to the collarbones. Open your mouth, exhale with sound, let it gush out. Let your shoulders press down towards the floor. Your throat release with a swallow. Is the brain trying to be restless in the skull? Ask it to rest quietly in the cushion of fluid. Let it rest back into the back of the skull, the fluid following gravity, and the brain resting in that same fluid, cushioned from the boniness. Noticing the subtle vibration of sound deep in our ears, the miracle of those tiny bones vibrating to create sound in our brains that we understand. Just let sound be sound, breath sound, so deeply inside with your awareness that you can hear your heart sound, the whoosh of your blood flowing through, pumping through. Traveling down from the heart into the belly, where the belly is a soft place. Release any and all gripping there. Returning to that light massage of the breath. Your breath is natural here. You're just a little noticing it, but keep it very free. Gently let the pelvis rest to the earth. It's naturally doing it. It's our most dense bone, the sacrum. Rest into the earth, grounding us profoundly. Letting the springiness of the attachments relax and let our hip bones roll out. Our femur heads rotate back and down. So there's a softness through the big bones and the small bones of the legs, down to the feet. Everything we need is inside of us. Just rest with your natural state, with your true nature. pure awareness and bliss. If you observe a place of holding or gripping, just try to let mindfulness travel there. Let softening continue. The breath steady presence is the supportive force, helping you stay present. So letting the eyes stay softened so they resist attaching to any flashes of light they might see through the eyes closed. Allow your eyes to resist any distraction and stay dropped in. Perhaps seeking the quieter, darker spaces behind the eyelids, resting into those. Staying completely still, otherwise let your breath stretch. Start slowly transitioning. Inhales might be a little bit determined, a little bit stirring with inhales. Exhales, stay soft. Relax back in. Feel the action of your breath in your body. Breathe as if your whole body breathes. One more time, letting the inhale stretch and stretch. Continue to find space. And the exhale, ground and release. Swallow. Inhale, take your arms up alongside your ears. Reach your right side long, just the right leg, right arm. Turn your head the other way a bit. And exhale, relax back to center. And then the left side, reach through the arm, point the toes, breathe in. And exhale, relax to center. Slide in your heels. Bring your knees both to the right, just letting them spill in a really easy way and turning and twisting the other way. Just wherever you're comfortable, just an easy lying down twist. Beginning to draw the breath in steadiness to re-energize the Ujjayi breath. One more inhales energy. Just changing the breath and not the body. But now we go to the other side for that twist that's really light. Just a little twist of the knees one way and a turn of the head the other. Arms where they want to be. So the body stays still, just the breath a little bit energized. 5 times. The inhale leading that energizing quality. Third breath. 4th. Last one. Stay very still, just the breath. And then release your torso over toward the same side as your knees. Curl in and press up. Transition to a seated pose that you would like to take for our finishing moment. You can stay kind of tucked in with your props if you like. Sit with a tall spine, weave your fingers together in your lap. Breathe through your nose. Just briefly meditating, being present with the practice, all that it has brought you in this hour. Hopefully a nice sense of balanced energy, some rest, and a little light energy to see us through the rest of the day. Breathe in, lift up your elbows, press your palms. Namaste. Wishing you peace, sending you love, and always grateful. Thanks for joining me. Have a good rest of your evening.